So I'll be your reason. We won't talk again.
Hey, this is the Sunset Kings. We're going to be doing a quick little install video for the fourth brake light on the lower part of the Scion and BRZ, or Scion FRS and BRZ. Kevin and I are going to be doing the installing. Grayson's going to be doing the recording. Hopefully it makes it easy for you to understand, because it was a bitch when I did mine years ago.
So yeah, you guys want to know what we're talking about. I'll turn on the light real quick to see what it looks like. So yeah, basically it looks like that. I see Casey with it every day, and it makes me jealous that I want one.
You can do the Superman symbol on it if you want to. I mean, I've seen it done. His car comes from factory without that, and we're gonna show you the video, show you how to do it and whatnot. This car, when we pull this light out, I noticed when I did mine, it actually has a hole that this light is pretty much supposed to go into. We just don't have the option, I should say. So we'll show it to you, you'll understand it a bit more. And I can't really tell you why that's like that, but I think Kevin knows a little bit about it.
Yeah, I did research on the light, why our cars didn't get it. Apparently, we don't need it. It's just like an accessory in America, because I guess our laws, we don't require it. But like, say Japan or China, if you're driving one there, you need, I guess you're required one by law. It's just a fun fact that I learned online.
That's kind of crazy. You'll see it though, like I'm not even joking. As soon as we pull this thing apart, you'll be like, oh, that's supposed to go there. I don't know who has and has not done this, but you'll see it. And we'll get close-up video or shots of it or whatnot. It should be a pretty quick install. Nothing crazy, nothing extravagant. The worst part about it is the wiring. I had to figure it out on my own the first time I did it. But we're gonna use this, like I said, for a reference for his, so it shouldn't take too long. It's a quick, simple, cheap mod. I mean, he said it's like 20 some odd dollars. I ordered mine from the same exact site as he did. So if you're interested in it, here it is, and we'll show you how to do it.
I'll put a link in the description if you guys want to get one.
This kit from iJDM comes with 4 separate parts. It does not come with instructions. That's why we're gonna try to make a video so it's a little bit simpler. We're using my car as the same wiring to do his car, so it should be pretty easy. You only have 3 wires to do. You have 3 connections to tap into the taillight wires. It's also gonna come with this hole saw, which you're gonna need because it's the perfect size for it, and this light bulb. All right, first thing you gotta do, you gotta pull out this trunk mat. We're not gonna show you how to do that. I'm sure you know how to do that already. Then you're gonna need to pull off this plastic piece. There are 3 clips on the inside that will help you pull it out. One here, here, and here. Pop them out with a flat tip screwdriver, and then you lift up on this piece itself and it'll pop out. You don't, I'm not gonna say you have to raise the car to do this. When I did this, mine was stock height. His is lowered quite a bit on coilovers, so I'm gonna try to do it without having to lift it, but hopefully it works out in my favor. I don't have to do all that. Next thing you got is a couple clips, 1, 2, and 3. And then it will remove this, pull it back far enough that you can get to the light. All right, so how these work, take a flat tip, you get up under it, twist it, and then pull. He's gonna pull them out with his crackhead fingernails.
What are you talking about?
Look at these super strong fingernails.
Yeah, they're super strong.
You only need to get the 3, all right?
Just the 3?
You don't need no screwdriver. You just need a Kev.
I'm a multi-tool. Swiss Army knife, you know? Oh, this last one's hard. I remember this one. This is the hardest one.
Jack of all trades, baby.
Yeah, I need your specialty for this part.
Just just lift up a little bit. You don't have to remove this. I did for mine. Pull up a little bit. Since you've taken the 3 clips out, it moves it far enough for you to get your hands behind it. Don't pull it too far though, because you have the release for the trunk shut off back here. All right, as you can see with this out of the way, you have some nuts that need to come off the back of the taillight lens. These were not secured properly, I guess, from the person who put in the taillights, Kevin. But these things slip off and you can pull the wires out of the way. You then use an 8mm socket, the deep socket, as you can see, that's pretty deep on there. Use an 8mm socket, get in there, loosen them up, and you can pull the tail light out, which makes it easier for you to reach these wires to tap into. Just gonna need to remove the light, pull your wiring through, and then disconnect it. This disconnect, you just push down on this manila? What do you call it, manila? This manila tab, and it pops right out.
Next is removing the actual lower tail light. You're gonna have 2 black clips like the ones inside of the trunk. Same sequence, just pop it out. They are a motherfucker to get out, especially if you have a stock exhaust, because the exhaust sticks out much farther than mine does. So it's kind of in the way, and you can't really see it. So you gotta go up under it, and you'll feel them. It's a bitch, I promise you. But they come out to the side. Once we get the actual tail light out, I'll actually show you how they go and how I got them out.
Oh, fuck you, Kevin.
What's up?
I no longer love you.
What?
Can't put this in there. I love you, kid.
What I'm gonna do is to remove this lower light. To get this light out, you have 2 of these black clips, just similar to the clips that are in the trunk. Same sequence, just pop them up a little bit with the screwdriver. They are very hard to get out because you don't have much room. But just push it a bit and it should pop out. You also have, they're here and here, basically holding the light on. You also have 2 10mm bolts. This would help if you have a ratchet wrench. Stick it up on the top. You're not gonna be able to see them, you're gonna be able to feel them. So run your hand across the top of them, you'll feel them. Just stick them up there, loosen them out, pop them right out. And then you will be able to remove the tail light itself. He has a factory muffler still, so it is quite bigger of a bitch to get around this thing with your hands and whatnot. So I guess you gotta have Asian hands like these 2. My fat hands don't really fit, so it was more difficult for me. When I did this, I had my factory exhaust on so I could see everything I needed to see. Once we pop it out, we'll pull the wires out and we'll show you what's next. Due to the fact that he has the factory exhaust, I can't get this light out as easily as I did with mine. So I also had to pull out a clip right here that holds the bumper right next to the muffler. It's the same exact clip as the other ones on this side and on this side. And then you're able to move the bumper back a little bit so that you can push the light through. Between the bumper and the muffler. Once it's out, you can see it's coming out pretty easily. It's not gonna come all the way down. You still have the wires that are running right here that take this up. Like as promised, now we have the light out. We'll show you where these bolts are so you can kind of find them. The 2 10mm bolts, if this was in the car like this, 2 10mm bolts on top, one here, one there. And like we said, the 2 black clips pop out, one there and one on this side. The thing about it with those black clips is you don't have much room to put your hand behind there to push those out. So it is difficult. When you pull it out from under the car, you're gonna need to disconnect the reverse lights, one here and one here, and then just pull the wire. You can see the wire clip. Just pull that out and it'll come, the whole thing will come out. Like stated before, how this thing has a preset spot for these lights for the 3rd brake light. There it is right there. And it looks, it's kind of maybe able to to see it, not sure. That's exactly where it would go, right in that little drill spot. So you're gonna take your hole saw and you're gonna drill into it right there. So I'm guessing you guys are wondering where Kev's been all day. Here he is, beatboxing. Doing all the work, leaving all the work to us.
Yeah, I'm editing videos.
Now that we use the hole saw to cut through here, when you pull this thing out, you're gonna have a little tab. There's many different ways that you can get it off. Maybe you have something, other tool or something. I used a torch, heated up a flat tip screwdriver, one of my old ones, and just knocked that little nipple off. And then took the drill. You're gonna wanna try to get this as center as possible. You're gonna drill straight into it and make your hole. That is where you, actually it's hidden under there, but that's where your light is going to hook into. With the hole saw that they provide you, I had the same issue with mine. It's not a perfect fit. So you're gonna have to cut it. There's different ways that you can do it. Maybe you have Dremel, I don't know. On mine, I used a razor blade. On his, I just took the same screwdriver and I heated the round part and went around it a few times to make it slightly bigger. I don't know why, maybe I'm doing it wrong. You guys can leave a comment, but when you try to plug in the plug that holds the light itself, it never set flush for mine. And I'm scared that if I put it in there, we might not be able to get it out if we have a problem. Mine was the same way. It's still sitting like that. This has been 2.5 years and I haven't had a single issue. Just plug it in there, you know, set your wiring. Make sure that this thing works, the bulb itself. When I bought mine and put it and was putting it on, I installed it. I went to use the light and it did not work. And there are, actually I'm just gonna pull it out for you guys so you can see it. It'd be a lot easier that way. All right, so this is how it hooks into the socket itself. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you plug this in and it's not working, I learned from mine. I looked up on a forum how to do this. You have to take these little metal pieces, they might be hard to see, and spread them out a little bit or bring them in a little bit so that it has contact with the inside of this. This is what my issue was, and that's why I could not figure it out the first time. Once you plug it in, do a little test before you completely set it into the brake light itself, just so you have it. All right, next thing you want to do is send the wire down behind the bumper, down to the bottom of the bumper, that you can see when you look down here, there's a hole that you can see the ground. That's where you're gonna want it to go. As far as putting the wiring through, you can run the wiring through. There's a little hole right here, but it has this little rubber gasket on it right there. I'm not sure what the gasket's for, but here in Arizona, we don't have to worry about water much, so I just popped this out. We're gonna cut the end of this off with a razor and then run the wire through here. And it's kind of hard to see, but run the wire through there and then back up here to the back so we can tap into the taillight wire. All right, so for the wire that I tapped into is the wire that goes directly to the back of the taillight. So you'll pull the taillight off like I did before, showed you how to do. You're gonna have these wires, depending on what kit you get, because the kit that came in my car, this wire is a yellow wire, but it goes to the same thing anyway. Obviously black to your black on your factory harness, red to red on your factory harness, and the blue one would go to the green. Like I said, my blue one is not blue, it's actually yellow. So the yellow would go to the green, but it's the same thing. That one's the one for your actual brake light to light up. Once you get that out, you wire it and whatnot. This is the hole I was talking about right there. I just put some electrical tape on it, and then the gasket is right here. I had to cut the gasket, and you can see it sealed it pretty decently. And then you're gonna run it through here, and then run it to the back. And this is where you're gonna be doing your wiring at. And you use those 3 red supplied little tap cap things and hook it up. Like I said, red to red. The green is going to the green. Or I guess the blue is going to the green, I'm sorry. And then the black is going to the black. Then you're gonna plug in your tail light. You're gonna plug in your tail light. And you wanna do a test before, to make sure it is wired right, before you go ahead and put everything together. All right. We hook up on the bottom. Here's your light. It is hooked up. It is routed. Just pretty much just drop it through. You're gonna want it to be able to reach into the middle. You're gonna have to, I use zip ties. You have to do some way to keep it kind of up against the bumper. You can zip tie it. Actually, probably gonna do is zip tie it to the 2 reverse lights either way. Before you get it completely together, you're gonna wanna do a test on it. So, with a friend,
It's on.
it's on.
Yep.
All right, push the brake. Did it
Yep.
light up?
Indeed.
All right. Turn your lights completely off.
Off.
Hit the brake.
On.
And that's how you know it's wired correctly. All right, you're gonna wanna do that before you try to put it together, because you don't wanna get the entire thing together and then realize, fuck, I wired it wrong or something like that, or the connection's not right. It's just, it's easier. It's much easier to do it that way. Then basically, do everything in reverse. You're gonna throw the back light back in. Like I said, zip tie those wires up or secure them however you want to secure them. Put your lights back in, put the nuts back in, make sure they're kind of tight. Throw your carpet back in, put your carpet mat back in, and you're pretty much done. It was cheap, easy mod. Without the video, it probably would have taken, I don't know, maybe a half hour. Figured it was easier to show you because I had a hell of a time doing it on my car by myself, doing the wiring, hitting the brakes. I didn't have friends back then, so it's just me.
You do now.
I do now. So I had to put like a piece of wood, ghetto as fuck, I know. I had to put a piece of wood on the brake light, check it, take the wood off, turn the lights on, check it, this, that, and the other. And if you wire it wrong, like I did with my wife's TC, when you would turn the lights on, her light would work. But when you turn her lights on, it would just stay lit all the time. So it was wired wrong. She didn't help me with it, so it was kind of late at night. I did it by myself. That was a bitch. So just try to do it with someone that can help you. And it should go pretty smoothly. Shouldn't take too long to do. It's very simple, inexpensive. It looks pretty nice on there, little modification. A lot of people ask me like, where'd you get that light from? Does it come like that? And it looks as if it should have came like that. Like Kev said about the Toyota 86 actually coming with it. We didn't get that option for whatever reason. Maybe cost that 20 bucks on every BRZ or FRS.
It was just not necessary.
Maybe, I don't know. Probably saved quite a bit of money doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can show you putting it back together. It shouldn't take too long. The worst part about this entire process was trying to get those 2 black clips out of the side, especially with the factory exhaust, because the factory exhaust sits so far back compared to mine. With the parent, I can see right around it with no problem, and I can reach everything. This one's a bit harder, but it's possible. Just play with it. If you have any questions also, like I said, ask us and I can tell you exactly what I did. But when I installed mine, there was no video for this, like I said before, so it was kind of a learning experience. The car was kind of new. Not everybody had it yet. I was looking all over for videos or even a walkthrough. Pretty much nothing. It's kind of do it on your own and have fun. So yeah, we'll get it put back together and see what we can do. All right, we're finished up with Kevin's install and his third brake light. It now matches the one that I have as well. They are both functional. They work fine. It was a quick, simple, easy, cheap install. Went pretty, as you'll see from the video, we fast forwarded it a bit, but went back together fairly quickly. Especially with two people, it took us like all of what, like maybe 15 minutes total.
Probably like 12 minutes.
Yeah, something like that. But something you should pay attention to. There's a little clip that hooks that fourth brake light to the bumper. I broke mine, and I'm an asshole, I know. I broke his as well. Sorry, Kevin.
I mean, it's not too much of an issue there.
No, I can't see it being a real issue. I mean, mine's been 3 years, hasn't fallen out. It's got the two 10mm bolts to hold it in the clip, so I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. If it does, let me know. I'll give you mine. Alright, fair enough. So just be careful with that, and as you can see, the hardest part of this entire thing was getting those fucking clips in and out. He got almost the entire trunk in without me before I could even get just 4 pieces to hold the light back in. So hopefully it helped you. Hopefully it went pretty fast for you as well. Just like, subscribe, leave comments. Like we said, we'll answer it whenever we see them. Just give you whatever input you would need to get this thing in there. Thanks for watching, appreciate it, and have a good one.